kind of wondering what you do when you see something weird. You know, something just really strange, something that you kind of go, what is going on with that? Or maybe you go, uh-oh, that can't be right. I mean, do you have a hard time with that? What do you say? Like, for instance, if you were to see this, what would you say? If you happened along this as you were driving on the freeway, what might you think? Would you have to maybe rub your eyes and go, wait, that doesn't, because yep, that is a plane right there on the shoulder of the freeway, believe it or not. What about this? Would you even believe that that's a real car? Would you believe it? What if I told you it is indeed a real car? Here is its owner. She can either drive it or tow it. Personally tow it with her hand. It is a real car, believe it or not. What would you think? What if you were out on the beach and some guys pulled in this fish? Would you believe that it's real? Or like me, you just saw a picture of it and maybe you go, did they Photoshop that? Is that a real fish? But it is a real fish. It's a devilfish, and it's like 12, 13 feet long. Believe it or not. What about this? If you saw this sweet little bunny rabbit, what would you think? What would you say? Could you even take your eyes off of this bunny? Or would you just have to keep looking and go, that can't be real? But yes, indeed, he's real, and he weighs 23 pounds. Believe it or not. I mean, all of us have a hard time taking our eyes off of things that we see when we see their weird things. We just kind of have to keep looking. And Robert Ripley understood that, and that's why way back in 1918, he set up a thing called Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's been on the radio, on TV, but he has museums, and this is a museum. Even the buildings make you go, what? I'm not even sure but yep, if you go inside that building, it's a regular building. I use the term regular loosely, but you can walk into this building, even though it looks like it's the Empire State Building sort of tipped on its edge. But it's a real building, believe it or not. In fact, if you go to the one in Panama City, it looks like this one in Florida. It looks like a big ship right in the middle of a parking lot, and you just have to look at it and look at it again because you can't quite believe it's there. But once you get inside, you will see some really weird things that just make you stop and stare. Like, for instance, this is the world's largest rubber band ball. It weighs thousands of pounds, and it's over 10 feet tall. It's real, believe it or not. Or this lady. You would find her or a picture of her in Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, and yes, those are her real fingernails, believe it or not. You might see this girl. Yes, that is her real eye, and yes, she can do that anytime she wants to. Her name is Jaleesa. She's called a human eye popper, and she can do one, or if you like, two, all at the same time, believe it or not. What do you think when you see those weird kind of things? And can you even take your eyes off of it? Well, it got me thinking about some of the amazing things that the disciples saw while they followed around Jesus on this earth. And maybe none is more weird or strange than that moment when they were all standing there talking and this amazing ascension happened. What would you have thought? I mean, you know what the ascension is, right? They were standing there, just chatting, just talking, and the next thing you know, Jesus just started floating up. Have you ever had that experience with your friends? I mean, really, what would you think? Could you even believe it? And would you have to go, are you seeing that? Did you see, is he? Yeah, well, he is. Something tells me that Jesus knows us so well that he knew those disciples would not be able to take their eyes off of that. That's exactly what he wanted. Their eyes to be so focused, just the way you're all looking at that balloon. You can't take your eyes off of it. It's floating up toward the sky. Jesus wanted his disciples to keep focused on him because what he told them is, just like you've seen me go, I'm going to come back. And when I do, your feet are going to be the ones lifting off the ground. Will you even be able to believe it? It's going to happen. Jesus says, I'm coming back. I'm going to take you home because I can't think of anything but you till I get you home with me. Believe it or not.